my earthen beauties. Oops. Hello, lovelies. I am the Earthen One, and this is your first peer into my discussion segment entitled Earth Talk. This first episode is a little about why I wanted to make this YouTube channel, and in other ways make some small change in the world. But first I would like to say that I am not an expert of any kind. I've done my research, however I can always have an erroneous statement, and I am just a closet environmentalist trying to open people's eyes to important issues and maybe inspire some change. So of course I could be wrong about anything I say, and if I am, please do not hesitate to go ahead and write in the comments or leave me a video response, and I'll definitely try and correct that as soon as possible. I'm sure there is a question, especially from people that I know in the real world, when I became this environmental fanatic. I can't even say what opened my eyes obsessively in the recent times to actually instilling the change. However, my heart has always been big for the world, and I've always had an innate love for animals. It might have had something to do with growing up in the Olympic Peninsula in Washington State, a place where, to a child, untouched nature stretched endlessly. I would see mountain goats and bears in the day climbing hills, gray whales swimming in the ocean, and then fall asleep to the sounds and songs of coyotes and one of the small mountain wolf packs combing the Cascades. One day I woke up to the truth. As a more grown-up child, I came to see the simple beauties are being taken from us at a steady rate. These creatures I loved, the wolves, the whales, creatures that I have identified with since birth, their free spirits, their beauty, they're all dying out. What has created a more recent stir of obsession with the nature and preservation must have been those experiences, but something that put it into high gear was the recent extinction of the western black rhinoceros. We don't really think about it, at least I didn't, the possibility of an entire subspecies being extinct, even though it is happening all around us. A species that is highly loved and recognizable, one like the rhinoceros, people would think that everyone would have enough respect to stop whittling away at it. I always thought the government would be powerful enough to stop it with some prevention method or of some sort, and that the threat of extinction wasn't exactly a scare. But then the population dwindled, and I sympathized greatly. I just didn't do anything to help it. I didn't know what I could do, other than donate money, on the commercials that you see on TV, and I had none of that. Along with the rest of the frightened world, I waited, hoping there was some help or hope for them. I'm not trying to sound ignorant. My young mind wanted to see the good in the world, and hoped people would change. And now they're lost forever, extinct. And it isn't just this species being flushed down the toilet. The northern white rhino of Central Africa is possibly extinct in the wild, and the Javan rhino is probably extinct in Vietnam. These aren't new things. Not at all. It just keeps happening. This is only one type of creature I'm mentioning, by the way. I'm not trying to be ignorant. This is not the vast amount in fear of demise. What are we going to do when this becomes a pattern? When we start to lose even more beloved animals or resources? People need to wake up. I hope my words are not dismissed as those of a tree-hugging lunatic, but actually taken to heart. Sure, I love me some trees, but I am not a crazy person, and neither are you. I just care enough to open the doors of thought, and hopefully everyone will use these words and start thinking about ways they can help. Nothing will be able to be done when we are old and our grandchildren see photos of tigers on the television and say, "Grandma, what's that?" Because they're going to be lost forever. Many animals are going to be lost forever if we don't stand up and do something right now. So come with me on a journey of pleas and rants. Change is possible, but only if the world bands together to make it happen. Excuse me if ever I'm emotional about these issues because they are deep-rooted and continuous. Let us love some planet, guys. Until next time, my earthen beauties.